Hello and welcome everybody into the Pokemon Concierge event, and needless to say, it's Psyduck in a swim ring costume, and as you can see, we've got one right here. It's our first check, and the good thing is this can actually have a background as the bin are being collected. Get a snapshot of it, because the research task, you need to find this thing. It is available in the wild. Apparently it's shiny boosted for the event, but you need to take 3 snapshots of different Pokemon. It doesn't say different on the task, but trust me, you do need some different Pokemon, and win a raid. So it doesn't have a background, that one, unfortunately, but we're definitely chasing this thing, and we need another snapshot. Let's use a Spinder we got a couple of days ago. So we do have 3 field research task check here. One is not a shiny blue one. I think it's 474 is the hundo that you're gonna need. Will it have a background? Very nice, and it's a lovely, lovely background with Furret, Charizard, Ursaring, and a whole bunch of other things on there. That is awesome. And the fact you don't have to pay for this sort of thing is unbelievable. It's not blue. Will it be a background? It is not a background for check research 2, and the third ain't shiny. Not sure what the shiny boost is actually going to be on this sort of thing. Fingers crossed we can get it today. Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited for this event? Are you chasing that Psyduck? The Pokemon that are all featured obviously make an appearance in the Netflix Pokemon Concierge series. So you got like Dragonite in Raid, Snorlax in the wild, Wooper, Celio, Shinx as a rare spawn. That is a backgrounder. Background shiny would be insane to pull in. We do have to say thank you very much to Melnick on the Patreon squad, who's gifted us the premium time ticketed research for this event. That's the premium. You take a snapshot of the body and catch a few more things, and you can unlock a really nice avatar pose, which is very cool indeed. We've got a lot more snapshots to do. Oh my goodness me. What I will say though, initial reports, I've swept 50% of the park there, so maybe like 20, 30 stops checked, 3 research tasks. That is it. So I'm really hoping that maybe it's just a bad day today for the task. You can see Mega Evolved Pokemon. We do not want that. Not that one either. Oh well, gonna be an interesting grind for this one. I am very excited for this costume shiny. Hopefully this doesn't break. Our first shiny of the day already is a Daily Adventure Incense in Scraggy. I'm gonna get the Daily Incense done and dusted out of the way. It runs for half an hour. Daily Incense, obviously G-Bird action, but I don't think Psyduck is coming off it as much as probably the regular Incense. And I will say, there's a serious lack of the old Psyduck tasks. I'm even using the tracker. There's spawns around, but those tasks, oh dear. Nope. Oh my god. I really hope this isn't the case for the whole event. Maybe it's just a bad day here. If it's going to be a big struggle to find the Psyduck task, that's kind of annoying. I hope we can get the frozen duck. Last time we had a shiny Psyduck was actually a hatch when I was in Spain earlier this year. I have finally managed to find 3 more snapshot tasks. So let's check some Psyduck together. Not a shiny and 20 CP away from that beautiful 100% IV. And actually, as it turns out, I don't have a hundo Psyduck to my name. After nearly 10 years of playing this game, I've never had a hundo Psyduck. That's getting close. It's getting close. And how cool would it be to have our first hundo Psyduck as this exclusive costume? Final of the batch. Not shiny, unfortunately, and 462. So I'm going to run the Daily Incense, see how bad it ends up being, get a coffee, and then honestly, the research grind is going to be intense for this one, because 6 tasks in nearly an hour and probably 70 stops. Well, we've got our second shiny for the day. This, I think, is still perma-boosted, though. It is a lovely 37 CP Galarian Meowth. We're definitely going to golden razz it, the steel-beard cat. I haven't had one of those in a very long time, despite it being perma-boosted. Let's just see on a scale of good to really bad, it's terrible. You may see by the little clock in the very, very top left of the screen, it is about another 35 minutes or so since we last did a batch of quests, and we've only managed to find another 3. Good luck on your research grind. This thing seems to be incredibly rare. I mean, in a way, that's good. It keeps it exclusive. It keeps the chase alive for an entire week, but you are going to have to very much get out there and explore. And don't forget, people, there we go, 3 snapshots. I don't know why the second one didn't work. Anyway, don't forget, you do have Flabébé Community Day over the course of Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. and that, of course, is going to completely wipe the research tasks in favor of the Community Day. So we're actually losing out a little bit of time. Fingers crossed, please. If it's not going to be shiny, maybe 474. Come on, it ain't a shiny one, and ooh, 465. The background seems to be somewhat quite common from the research tasks. Haven't had one from the wild, and I don't know if that's intentional or not, or if I've just been an idiot and not noticed it, but no background. 2, it ain't shiny. 462, and we're going to be stood here for a little while because we have both the free and the premium research to go through. Maybe one of those can pull through the blue duck. This is actually the second time Psyduck has had a costume. No background on that one. And the final's not blue, and 452. Of course, I had the Christmas costume, I think at the tail end of, is it either 2023 or 2024? I forget exactly. No, but 3 non-backgrounders. Wowza. And making a pact, let me know. Obviously, we talked about it in a previous video, but let me know, are you buying the premium track or not? Because I am firmly not. I'm not even tempted to do it for the sake of content. I don't want to provide the data to say, yes, that's a good idea. I really don't like the incubator that's provided, to be honest. Come on, a Rockruff. Oh, blue Rockruff. That's a nice surprise. 397 as well. It's a Hundo like 408, 409 or 410, something along those lines. Is it going to be the Dusk one though? Boop. It's not, it's the regular Rockruff, but it's all right, 3-star. Not too bad at all. Now, let's begin with the premium time research. Melnick, thank you so very much for gifting us this ticket. It gives us a bunch of berries, which actually I know for once are somewhat thematic of the concierge thing, but we do get a selection of encounters. 439, ouch. I'm not sure if these have background potential. I really hope they do. No background. Check 2, not blue, and 449. Check 3 isn't the blue thing, and 456. And the final one of the premium, it's not blue, but 465. Anyway, thank you very much again for gifting us that ticket. Does mean we get an event pose, and I don't know. I'm too fond of my Hammer Tinkertink pose. Yeah, I don't think any of those had a background potential. Oh, we got the Tendo. Tendo from the premium track. That's sort of a trophy in itself. Let's star it, why not? Once we've collected our pose and the Stardust, let's go through the free stuff. Pokeballs, some more berries. There's quite a lot of encounters, and I'm pretty sure all of them are not Psyduck. Freebie, it's a Mudkip. 2 is going to be the Panpour. Nice. I will say, anybody who's watched the Concierge event knows that the elemental monkeys make a feature as kind of like Pokemon have jobs and things like this in this stop motion show. There's the Pansage. Has been a while since we've seen the different elemental monkeys. And there's the Panseer, the one that we get in our home area. Not that I've seen one in the wild, I'm going to be honest. And these final 2 encounters are Psyduck, I believe. 451. And this is not blue, and 469. Definitely grinding for a hundo, definitely trading for a hundo of this one as well. And if we get a shiny, I wouldn't mind a lucky swap with someone, to be honest. That's a 96. But we've got 3k dust and another encounter if it's going to let us click it. Come on. Bang! Not shiny. Oh, 470. Bro, get in the ball. I do want to give a shout out with this event to 2 people. Firstly, Dwayne, Del Hazard X, whose favorite Pokemon is Psyduck. I think he just ordered the Pokemon Concierge. Oh, there's the background. Lovely. It is, it's a Goku Bad. Would you look at that? 98 background. The Pokemon Concierge plushie of Psyduck is actually available on the Pokemon Center, certainly in the UK store, but also a shout out to Kitty Rambles, part of the Go Hub squad, also favorite Pokemon Psyduck. Shadow Absol check. Needs must, we've got a research task or 2 to complete. That's the only way to drive us to do random raids. Get a research task with something desirable in it. Anyway, will it be red? Because it isn't, but it could have been. Is it gonna be nowhere near a Pundo, purified Hundo? 2 winner raid tasks. So, no shiny Psyduck, and that is awful. I will say, an observation, hopefully it changes, because obviously the first day of every event tends to be a little bit wrong or broken, usually. It's a backgrounder, fantastic. The Psyduck spawns off of Incense are basically non-existent, so the whole thing of using Incense, and apparently lures as well, from what Francesco told me, pointless. To the point, I think I've had 1 Psyduck off of my Incense, and it's been running for an hour and a half now. Ooh, not blue, you son of a... Oh, that's a good 98, we're so close. But apparently, it's a 1 in 64 boost, which is really good news. It's a background again. Let's go. Decent 98. We are ever so close to that 4-star goodness. Random thing. Obviously, a costume is a costume is a costume. It's never going to change. But imagine if the shiny Psyduck had an inverted swim ring. So the blue bits turned yellow like the Psyduck. They swapped colors. That would have been sick, but obviously it's never going to happen. Any tasks? No hatch and egg. We are definitely not doing those because I've got 1212 saved up for a future video later this week. Thankfully, we've found a few more snapshot tasks, so this makes it a batch of 3. It's not shiny, and a 470 again. Come on, it's not blue. 61, final of snapshots. No blue joy, and 65. No background, no background, no background. So there you go, 3 in a row of no backgrounds. Walking past the Shinx raid, and we have tasks to complete, so why the hell not? Garden is not. Shinx is, I think, still perma-boosted from memory. And to be fair, it has been nearly 4 years since its community day in November of 2021. Tasks, let's go. Not a blue duck. Actually, are there any ducks waiting for us? there are not. So another one with quests, go. 458, probably my favorite Ferrari. And this one, it ain't blue. And 451. I think I'm going to get to the point soon, actually, where I'm going to check some of the West Ealing quests, and then I'm going to delete my AR scan task and try and sweep the stops again, see if there are any tasks without the AR scan. Well, there we go. We have a third shiny of the day. 595 on the Wild Shiny Eevee. Not that this had a Community Classic a little while ago, but I'll definitely take it. And it is a partly cloudy boost. If you haven't checked out the Eevee Combo Classic video, please go and do so. We did get a Shundo on the day. This, on the other hand, it's a 2-starer, but how many Eevee is there? Nearly 20,000. So we've just done a Magikarp raid of all things, can you believe it? But it is in the name of Blue Ducks, which that is not. We can give it a second check, not shiny. Oh, can you believe it? Another 98. I will say, we did get a background off of an incensed in Psyduck, so you can get a background from a wild spawn, but it's incredibly rare. It's another background 98. We've got one of each now. And the final duck is not shiny. Before we look to finish up, a big thanks, as always, to every single person who takes the support to the next level through the platform that is Patreon. The guys, the squad, appreciate every single one of you who do pledge your support through it, because it really means things like us being able to go to Valencia for the City Safari and the Go Fest and travel for little bits and pieces and events and actually invest in the content that we're producing with equipment and more is a possibility. Thank you to each of you. So far, minimal joy in terms of extra tasks using the AR scan thingy, but I did just do a snapshot and we do get a non-shiny Psyduck from it. 648. I think you get 3 snapshots a day. You can get a variety of different Pokemon from them. Obviously look out for the main character from the Concierge series and her Psyduck. Is it going to have no background, unfortunately? Honestly, the amount of research tasks that are just nothing to do with the event whatsoever is kind of astonishing. In fact, Celio can't be shiny at all. I think there would have been a nice little addition. You know, Spheal can be shiny, but since it's not featured, put Celio as the shiny. Purple, pink, seal, whatever it is, you know. And having swept quite a large area, I'm probably gonna have to call it right now, just because obviously editing and time and everything. It's podcast recording day for Tuesday, so we're not really gonna be able to do too much more, but we'll be back out Wednesday, Thursday, and then a 24-hour challenge is beginning on Friday morning. So follow me across Instagram and other socials if you wanna have live updates of that 24-hour challenge as we go along. 2 final research tasks. 1, ain't shiny, and 452. And no backdrop on that one, unfortunately. Pretty dead, but our final check for the video is not shiny, so we didn't pick it up today so far. Hopefully we can get it later on in the week, and no background on that one. We're actually up to 59 checks for the day, so there you go, 59. And out of those 59, there's 11 with backgrounds, including 398%, but this is the one I got off of Incense because it's a completely different level. So it is possible to get them in the wild with backgrounds, but being harassed by a large bee. I will say, if you enjoyed this piece of content, please consider hitting that subscribe button and sticking around for more, because we're definitely chasing that frozen ring duck over this weekend. And 24-hour challenges are very much the most hardcore thing that we can do, and one is coming up later this week. And don't forget, you can check out some videos here across the channel. There's plenty more for you to continue enjoying, and best of luck for this event, because I think it's a banger. But I will say, until the next time, folks, put my phone somewhere here and say, do take care.